Hello, happy Friday, everyone. How are you doing? It feels like it's the weekend already here. How can that be? I don't see any eyes joining yet as I am a little bit early. I'm kind of anxious to get the weekend started, I'll be honest. I'm collecting the boys at 4, and that really is the start of our weekend here in France. If you're joining me live, obviously say hello. I'm just moving into the group now and making sure that I'm live in there. Let me just have a look. Not seeing myself right now. I'm just going to refresh the group and just make sure that I'm in there live. Okay, let's see. Yes, I am in there live now. I can see myself in there. Say hello. Who's here with me on this Friday afternoon? It's been a long week. It's actually been quite a difficult week here in Europe with what's going on in the news. It's tricky to know what you should be doing, really. You know, whether you should be posting on social media and not wanting to sound frivolous, and that can be really, really tricky because we still have to promote our businesses. We still have to put ourselves out there. We still have to bring income in at the end of the day. So we don't want to appear insensitive, of course, but we still have to go on with our businesses. Basically, I put a post out to that effect earlier in the week. So if you haven't seen that, get out there and check my profile and you will find it. I'm just starting to see some eyes joining now. Say hello if you are joining. Say hi, let me know who you are. So basically it's Friday and I am going to be talking about passive income today. And I'm just going to wait a few more minutes because I just joined a little bit early. I'm just starting to see some eyes joining now. Say hello, say who you are. Tell me if you have a passive income stream already. Hey, Lucy, great to see you. Let me know if you have a passive income stream already. And I want to know how passive it is because people talk about passive income. And I actually believe that a lot of income isn't actually passive. No income is truly passive anywhere, anyway. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But, income that requires a lot of face time is probably not passive income. It requires you to be, in a certain place and a certain time. It requires you, that's the big thing. It requires you to be there. It requires you to be front facing. In that case, it's not really passive income. So I'm going to be talking about income that just requires minimal work. It doesn't require you to be in a particular location at a particular time. It doesn't require you to schedule in hours in your calendar every month. In many cases as well, it doesn't require you to be in a particular place. So who have I got so far now? I can definitely see some eyes. So I am going to get started. If I can just see a few more eyes. So far, anybody have a passive income stream that they want to talk to me about? Alison is saying, I have Airbnb. Brilliant. So do you have somebody to help you to manage Airbnb, Alison? Who does the cleaning? Who does the changeovers, etc.? So typically you have a team that will help you if you have something like that. So I'd love to hear what that is for you, Alison. Now, I'm going to talk about a passive income stream, which wasn't initially passive when I started out today. So in a post I put out this morning, I said, in the last 30 days, one particular passive income stream has brought in over 4,000 euros for me. It didn't require me to be there. It required minimal work to get that 4,000 into my bank account. It doesn't require me to pay staff to manage it. It doesn't require me to basically have a big setup. Now, what I want to say is that it did take setup at the start. The work in a passive income stream is typically upfront. So you would set it up, you would automate it, and then after that, it becomes truly passive. Truly passive in that you still have to promote the product. The product is not going to promote itself unless you have somebody else promoting it for you. So I really have 5 points that I want to get across to you this morning. It's not this morning, I'm still in this morning. Hey, Christine, great to see you. I have 5 points that I want to get across to you this morning to help you really to start down the route of passive income, because it really takes the stress out of your business to know that you have consistent income coming in. It frees you up to be more creative and to work in the areas of your business that you really love. You don't have to be everything to everyone once you have income coming in, because you can pay people to do the parts of the job you don't really enjoy. So I believe that passive income is really, really important to introduce ease and grace into your business. So for instance, in the last 30 days, as I said, I brought in over 4K with just one passive income product. I was away in Dubai for 10 days. I wanted to spend some time with my boys during the school break, and I wanted to enjoy myself and truly have downtime. So the income just comes in no matter where you are, whether you're on holiday, whether you're not on holiday. So it introduces a lot of ease into your business, and I'm all about ease. So once you're over that initial stage of, getting your consultations off the ground, getting your business up and running, you really, the next step is really to start looking at passive income streams and how you can bring in money consistently. So I'm going to look at 5 points this afternoon. I got it right this time, this afternoon, about passive income. So just looking at the comments here, Alison is saying, yes, a cleaner or a housekeeper at the location. Fantastic, Alison. And I think it's really brilliant as well to diversify, your passive income, that it's not all just coming from one source. So for instance, the internet is one source, or online courses is one source, or a product is one source, but also like rental properties or Airbnb, like Alison is talking about. So you diversify a little bit so that if something goes wrong with one income stream, you have other income streams coming in. So the idea is to, diversify a little bit and have income streams from several different types of business. Okay, so the first point I want to make this morning is to give yourself permission. Some people believe that they are cheating if they earn money through passive income. They feel like they need to be working really, really hard to justify money coming in. That does not have to be the case. You can impart massive value to your client without having to be face to face with them all the time. So this is a belief that a lot of personal stylists have. It was a belief that I had for many years, that I couldn't have a passive income stream because the only way that I could work with my clients was face to face. However, that product that I was talking to you about that brought me in 4K in the last 30 days, that doesn't require me to be there. It doesn't require me to be face to face with the client, but my clients get a massive return on that product. I get rave reviews. I've never ever had anyone complain about it. And that consistently brings me in money over and over again. But many personal stylists don't give themselves permission to set up something like that. So my question to you is, do you have a problem with passive income coming in? Because if you have a problem around the basic belief of earning money with ease and grace, then that may be one of the reasons why you haven't got a passive income product off the ground. So I really honestly want you to ask yourself that question. Have you given yourself permission to earn money with ease and grace? Because many of us come from, hard working backgrounds. I know my parents worked so hard their whole life. So a lot of us have this belief that, you have to work really hard to get money in. And actually, it's not true. And once you get that passive income coming in, it just makes everything easier, because you can, as I said, you can pay for other people to help you. You can pay for, software. You can pay for all the things that will help you to have ease and grace in your business, and so that you can focus on your zone of genius, focus on the areas that you really love. So that's number one, give yourself permission. Number two, know your ideal client and the problem you're solving. Now, every single training I do, I nearly always come back to ideal client. And the reason I come back to ideal client is that, if you don't create something that your ideal client absolutely wants, it's just going to sit on your website, or it's going to sit in your house, and it's not actually going to be bought. So that upfront work of identifying who your ideal client is, identifying what problem you're solving for them with your service, and then providing that to them in a way that they can receive it and use it without you having to be there, is really, really the most important thing in creating a passive income product. And really, when I'm talking about passive income products in our capacity as personal stylists, I'm talking about online courses or online products. An example of one that I spoke about before is my online color analysis starter pack. So it's my online color analysis starter pack. It's my digital drapes pack, basically. So it's a little product that personal stylists can use. And in it, you have training as well. So really, it's an online digital product that people can buy and they can use and get massive value from, without me having to be there showing them, because they can watch the videos. They can use the checklists, they can use the little tools that I provided for them. So knowing who it is that you're creating your product for and solving a problem, an immediate problem, and it doesn't have to be a huge problem. It can be a really small problem. It can be, something like preparing for, an occasion, and what you have to consider, if you're mother of the bride, what kind of tools can you provide for your ideal client that would help her make the occasion even better, that will delight her, save her time, save her money, save her effort, and then create that little product and put it out there for your ideal client. So number three, don't try and do it all yourself. Get help from someone who has done it. It really ties in with number one. As personal stylists, as solopreneurs, we often try to do everything ourselves, and I do think this is the reason that a lot of us fail in, getting passive income products out there, or getting things out there into the markets, because we end up going around and round and round and round in circles and not getting help, to create these products that will bring us a lot of money in the long term. So are you, being really stingy with yourself and not investing in learning how to create something like this, or how to do something like this, because, you're just not investing in yourself? It does require you, to step out of your comfort zone, to invest in yourself, invest in your knowledge, and to create something like this. Number 4, the point that I was making already is that no passive income product is truly passive. Now, what I mean by that is, even if you have the most fantastic passive income product or service in the world, it's not going to sell itself. It really is not going to sell itself. So one of the skills that you have to master as a personal stylist is to be able to promote, market, and sell your passive income stream. As I said, I had some fantastic products on my website when I was a personal stylist, lovely little guides, all sorts of things, but they just sat there. They didn't go anywhere. They didn't help anyone, because basically I wasn't promoting them. I didn't really know how to promote them. I had no idea who my ideal client was. And in many cases, when we don't know who our ideal client is, when we don't know why we're creating a product for somebody, what happens is the product is just really general and nobody feels it solves a problem for them. So learn how to market and sell. Learn how to promote your product. Now, tying in with that is the idea that your whatever your passive income product is, it really should tie in with all your other services as well, because it is very, very difficult as a solopreneur to market many different things at the same time. It's really difficult because when you're marketing one thing, especially if it's very different, you have to switch from marketing whatever you were marketing previously. So unless you have several teams helping you to market this passive income product, you need something that kind of ties in with your main service, your main product. So for instance, I basically am a business mentor to personal stylists. I have online color, I have unstoppable style, and tying in with those programs is my online color analysis starter pack. So everything ties in together. And therefore, my audience knows who I am. They know how I help. They know what I provide, and my passive income stream ties in with that. It's not something completely different. It's not about diets, or it's not about, swimming pools. It's not about something completely different. My passive income ties in with what I'm already doing, and it's a logical step in my value ladder. So it's a logical step. So oftentimes people buy that small passive income for 47, and then after that they buy my online color, and then maybe they buy my unstoppable style, and then maybe they take my mentorship. So that passive income product fits in with a value ladder strategy. It makes sense. It's not completely separate from the main service that I provide. Who's joining me here live? And is what I'm saying making sense to you? Is it making sense? These points that I'm making, I'd love to hear some feedback. So just let me know, does this make sense to you? Do you understand what I mean by passive income? Do you understand what I mean by value ladder? Do you understand what I mean by the need for it to be in line with all the other products that you are providing. If it isn't, it can be really, really tricky. Deborah saying, yes, it's making sense. Brilliant. Yes, it's making sense, Lucy. Great, 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 great. So I have one more point here. And the last point that I'm going to make is, just because you tried it before and it didn't work doesn't mean that the next one won't. So lots of people, they failed at something before and then they never give it a try again. They stop trying. And this is a nail in the coffin for your business if you stop trying. The nature of being a solopreneur is that you have to get very, very comfortable with failing, failed launches, failed products, all sorts of failed things. You have to really get comfortable with that, and disassociate failures in your business with your personal self-worth. Just because a launch fails in your business doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that whatever you created is not working for now, and you need to look at something else. Oftentimes what I find is that people just don't give it a chance. They just don't give it a chance to work. So they try one thing, it doesn't take off immediately, and then they give up. You have to get past this. You have to get past that discomfort of things not working. I definitely had ebooks that sat on my website and didn't work. I have definitely had failed programs. I still have lots of failed programs. I try things all the time. Some things work, some things don't work. But I know that if something doesn't work, I just have to try something else. I just have to keep trying different things. So disassociate your self-worth with, with the fact that something in your business isn't working. So just because you tried before and it didn't work is no reason why it shouldn't work now for you. So I really strongly, strongly encourage you to look at those five points that I've made about passive income today. So number one was give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to earn money easily. Number two, know who you're creating your passive income product for and what problem you're solving for them. Number three, don't try and do it all yourself. There's plenty of help out there. Go and get somebody to help you. You can come to me, or there's many other people out there who can help you. Number four, no passive income product is truly passive. You do need to learn how to market and sell your product. You cannot get by without this. And even when you have a passive income product, you still have to market and sell it. Number five, just because you tried it before and it didn't work doesn't mean the next one won't. So I want you to tell me in the comments which of those 5 points resonated with you. Christine is saying, perfect sense. I've just done an ebook. It's almost ready to go. Brilliant, Christine. So Christine is just putting it out there. And she is ready to help lots of people with her passive income stream. So first I would test the market. And once you know that your little product works, then I would automate it. So you automate it so you don't have to be there every single time somebody buys a product, or you make it clear, that people can't kind of messaging you, asking you questions or asking for additional support. Then you point them to your membership, or you point them to another area where you can give them personal report. Deborah, did it only start working once you switched from being a personal stylist to training personal stylist? I think, Deborah, what you're saying is it the fact that I couldn't make it work as a personal stylist? Is that why I started training personal stylists? Is that what you're asking, Deborah? So if that's what you're asking, no, that wasn't it at all. That wasn't the reason that I changed from being a personal stylist to a business mentor, Deborah. The reason I changed from being a personal stylist to be a business mentor, if I'm perfectly honest, Deborah, is I didn't love the work of a personal stylist. Anyone who knows me knows that I didn't like shopping. I didn't like wardrobe. The only thing I really enjoyed really was color. Um, I did do color and I did do style for many years. But I just found, even from as early as 2010, Deborah, I loved training personal stylists. Initially, some personal stylists came to me when I was in Singapore around 2010 and asked me, would I train them in color? And that's really where I got the bug, Deborah. I understood that I was better at teaching in groups in particular. I love groups. So I tend to do better in groups, teaching in groups. That's my strength. And I'm a leader, I have leadership skills. I've always been in charge. I've either been a supervisor or a manager, possibly due to the fact that I'm the oldest girl in my family and there's 8 younger siblings. So I always kind of took charge, Deborah. So I didn't actually feel that fulfilled as a personal stylist. So that was one of the core reasons. But of course, it was still a big switch to go from being a personal stylist to a business mentor. The fact that I had been training in color analysis from about 2010, of course, made it a little bit easier. So I'm not sure if that answers your question, Deborah. I hope it does. It does. Thank you. You're welcome. Lucy's saying the one that resonates with me is don't try to do it all yourself. Yeah. As solopreneurs, we try to do everything ourselves. Now, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. It's been done already. I have created many passive income streams myself. And that takes me to my Six-Figure Stylist Retreat, which is happening in October. I am going to be doing helping the ladies in there create a passive income stream. And I'm so excited about that because it's going to be workshop style. We're going to go back to the fundamentals. We're going to go back, to idea. We're going to go back to the problem we're solving. We're going to create a passive income stream during the 5 days, and we are going to get it out there. We're going to automate it and get it out there. So I'm really, really excited about that. I put my retreat out there, was it last week? I think it was just the Friday of last week. And the applications are coming in, and I am looking in at all the applications. The retreat is by application only because it's important that I get, the level of consultants who's at the stage in their business where they're ready for this. If you are early in your business, if you haven't really got it off the ground, if you're still struggling with one-on-one consultations, looking at passive income may not be a priority for you now. So I am looking for personal stylists who are looking really to take their business to the next level. So I am going to be getting together a group of very dynamic ladies who are going to be creating these passive income streams, which will bring them in money for years and years and years and years. So you have to be ready, to commit the time, to commit the effort, to commit the investment, to create something like this, but it will pay you back over and over and over again. I know my passive income streams have. And as I said, it takes the pain. It takes the absolute pain out of running a business. It takes the urgency and the desperation out of running a business. And that's what it's done for me. So I want that for you too. So the applications are still open. So if you are interested in the Six-Figure Stylist, here in the south of France. There's some amazing bonuses going with it. You are going to be joining me in October on this luxury retreat. And I'm really excited. I already have some fantastic applications, and I can't wait, to get this bunch of, it's going to be a relatively small bunch of women together to do this work together and create this in an environment where, you're not distracted, you're not being called away by your kids or the dog or your business. You take these 5 days to create this passive income stream that will come back to you over and over again. And there's nothing quite like a kind of an immersive environment where you're working with other women, you're working toward the same goal, you have a blueprint. I basically create my passive income streams in the same way every single time. So I have a blueprint. We start here, then we do this, then we do this, then we do this. But in the retreat, we will be doing it together. We'll be creating each step together. I will be sitting down with each person and making sure they know exactly what they need to be doing. So if you would like to apply for the retreat, drop me a message and I will send you a link. So then you fill in an application form, you send it in to me. I am reviewing applications and taking calls at the moment. And after that, I will come back and let the group of women that I think will work best together know who will be attending the retreat. So I'm rather excited because, I think it's going to make a massive difference in the businesses of the women who are ready for this. So there's just nothing, absolutely nothing like, working in the same environment as somebody who has the exact same goal as you and you're both invested in the same thing. Alison is saying, think I'm juggling too many plates by myself, too much context switching, plus I'm impatient. Yeah. The retreat is absolutely brilliant for you if you're impatient. You want to start getting that income stream in ASAP, but you have to do the work up front. It's not going to happen by itself. It's absolutely not going to happen by itself because you need to take the time to do it, to create something, that's going to give back. So, when people hear passive income, initially it sounds really, really exciting. And it is really exciting, especially when you have it set up and it's working. But that initial work has to go in there. So those were the points I wanted to make this morning about passive income. If you have any questions and you're watching this on replay, #replay. If you want a link to apply for the retreat, please send me a DM and I will send that to you. And if you have any questions about passive income, pop them underneath this video. I'll just give it a minute or two. Has anyone any questions for me before I go? Was there any of my 5 points this morning that surprised you? Were you surprised by the first one about giving yourself permission? I mean, I'm always surprised that, people think they have to work really, really hard to make money. I'm surprised, but I'm also not surprised because that was me too. I thought it had to be really hard because initially I worked so hard in my business. But once you start creating these passive income streams, you start to realize, oh my God, it doesn't have to be that hard. This can actually be really enjoyable. Running a business can be really enjoyable. When you take the pressure of, I don't know how I'm going to pay the bills. I don't know if I'm going to have to go back to my 9 to 5. Excuse me. Sorry, my cough is just still lingering a little bit, but it's so much better. Deborah is saying, yes, I was surprised by the first point, but I get it. Yeah. I think it also may come down to the fact, Deborah, that people think that, there's no other way I can work with my clients other than face-to-face, that, they won't really get value from me unless I work face to face. But it's absolutely not true. I can help way more people at a much lower cost through my passive income streams. Like, I can totally help so many, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of consultants have bought my online starter pack, for instance. And I can help so many consultants. There is no way I could help that amount of consultants face to face. So I think we have to get over this belief that, you know, we can't impart value through passive income streams. We totally can. So yeah. So if there's no more points, if there's no more questions, I'm going to leave it there. If you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay. And I'm going to leave you now and say happy Friday. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I know I'm off to relax now once I get the boys. And I will catch up with you all again next week. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. Take care.